engine screaming behind you and the world blurring turns every head. But here's the truth about owning a $500,000 Lamborghini Aventador. It's not what you think. Because the moment you drive it off the lot, reality hits hard. You walk into the dealership and it feels like stepping into another world. Glass floors, polished chrome, and the low growl of engines that cost more than houses. The Aventador sits there like a spaceship on display, all edges and power. Signing those papers feels unreal, like crossing a line into the life you've always wanted. The salesman congratulates you, cameras come out, and for a brief moment you're the center of gravity. When the V12 fires up for the first time, it's pure chaos. It's mechanical, alive, and simply impossible to ignore. People stare, phones record, and you feel untouchable. But once that thrill fades and the crowd disappears, the car becomes something that's heavy, loud, and just demanding. You're not just driving it anymore, you're learning how to control it. And that's when you realize this dream comes with a manual they never gave you. Even the real hit doesn't come from speed, it comes monthly. That's right, owning an Aventador isn't a one-time payment, but it's more like a continuous withdrawal. The moment you drive it home, bills start stacking. Registration alone can run higher than what most people pay for a year's rent. Taxes, depending on where you live, you could owe tens of thousands just to keep it legal. Then comes insurance. Not just your typical policy, but exotic tier coverage that demands proof of storage, mileage restrictions, and a spotless record. Miss any of those details and premiums skyrocket. And here's what few mention. The car loses value differently. Add a few thousand miles and you're cutting tens of thousands off resale. Even color matters. White or orange may sell slower than black or gray. Tires older than 3 years, buyers hesitate. Every detail affects worth. What started as a $500,000 masterpiece quickly turns into a financial balancing act, and you're literally paying to hold on to the illusion of perfection. And just when you think the spending's over, that's when the real costs begin. Routine service on an Aventador isn't routine at all. It's an operation. An oil change alone can cost $1,500 to $2,000, depending on the dealer. Brake pads around $3,000. Need a clutch? That's closer to $10,000. And that's if nothing else is damaged. Even a tire change can set you back $4,000, because these aren't off-the-shelf parts. They're specially made for this car. And the worst part? Not every Lamborghini dealer can work on an Aventador. The V12 engine requires certified technicians trained specifically for it. And if one isn't nearby, you're shipping the car at your expense. Maintenance schedules aren't flexible either. Miss a date, and your warranty becomes useless. Every service visit feels like preparing for surgery, complete with invoices that could fund an entire vacation. You start realizing something few owners admit. You're not maintaining a car. You're investing just to keep it alive. Another very real challenge comes when you try living with it daily. On paper, it's a car. On the road, it's a full-body workout. The Aventador sits so low that even small driveways feel like cliffs. Every speed bump becomes a negotiation. Visibility? There's practically none. You rely on cameras, sensors, and luck every time you back up. The steering is heavy at low speeds, making tight turns feel like wrestling a bull. Quite fitting given the logo. Parking lots are nightmares. Curbs threaten the carbon fiber lip with every inch. Inside, the heat from the V12 starts seeping through the cabin after just a few minutes, especially in traffic. The seats look amazing, but punish you after long drives. And because of that, even simple errands turn into events. With every stop drawing stares and cameras, you start to realize that this isn't transportation, it's a performance. Every drive demands focus, patience, and nerves. The Aventador was built for racetracks, not grocery runs. And it never lets you forget that. But once you're on the road, it's not just you being watched. The Aventador draws attention everywhere. You can't go unnoticed even if you try. Every stoplight turns into a small crowd. People pull out phones, take photos, and sometimes follow just to get a better look. Gas stations become mini photo shoots. Some reactions are genuine admiration thumbs up. Questions about horsepower or kids staring wide-eyed. Others carry assumptions, arrogance, money, ego. You start realizing the car shapes how people see you, whether that's accurate or not. Police notice too. Not always out of curiosity, even a slow acceleration can be mistaken for showing off. The attention never stops, and it's not always comfortable. What felt like validation at first starts to feel like exposure. You can't blend in or disappear. The car makes that impossible. Owning an Aventador turns every drive into a public appearance, one you didn't always plan for, and one that comes with its own kind of pressure. But the real shock comes when the first insurance quote arrives. Insuring an Aventador isn't like insuring a regular car. It's a process full of red flags and hefty requirements. Most standard insurance companies won't even provide coverage. The ones that do start with 4-figure monthly premiums. They'll ask for proof of secure garage storage, mileage caps, and sometimes GPS tracking devices to verify usage. Miss one detail, and the coverage can be denied instantly. Even if you've never had an accident, the Aventador's value alone makes you a high-risk client. A single claim, even for minor damage, can raise your rate by thousands or make future policies harder to get. Some owners split policies with one for driving, one for storage, just to manage the costs. Hence, you quickly learn that the car's danger isn't just on the road, it's in the paperwork too. Every renewal feels like renegotiating access to your own car, and every mile you drive carries a financial reminder of what's at stake. And when you finally unleash it, something about speed hits differently. The Aventador's V12 engine delivers 700 horsepower of raw power, a sound and sensation few cars can match. On paper, it's capable of over 200 miles per hour, but in reality, most owners never see half that. City streets, traffic, and speed limits keep the car caged, forcing you to hold back what it was built to do. Every open tunnel becomes a moment of freedom. The sound bouncing off walls, the gears snapping in rhythm. It's intoxicating, but short-lived. On public roads, the car constantly feels restrained, like it's waiting for permission to run. The only real way to experience it is on a track, where the Aventador finally feels natural. Sharp, balanced, and impossibly fast. But those days are rare. Most of the time, that power is just sitting there, unused potential under your right foot. You realize the paradox. You own one of the fastest cars in the world, yet rarely get to drive it that way. After a few months, the excitement fades and perspectives take over. Owning an Aventador may change how you see it. At first, it's perfection until the thrill wears off. You start noticing the trade-offs. The cost, the upkeep, the constant attention. It all adds weight to the experience. You still feel the rush every time the engine starts. But it's mixed with the awareness of everything that comes with it. The Aventador isn't just a supercar. It's a lifestyle that demands constant effort. You stop asking if it's fast and start asking if it's worth it. That's when the dream shifts from chasing performance to managing reality, 1 mile at a time.